Check out this ridiculous sign. Anybody know what's wrong with that?
There ain't nobody gonna do it for you. You got to find your own.
Check out this ridiculous sign. Anybody know what's wrong with that? I'm assuming it's more than, what am I, about 10 and a half. Wow, look at these birds. Whoa, you see them? There's nests in old outhouse here, which I thought was strange. So Black Hills National Forest near Sundance, and there's a campground down the way. I didn't see any camping on freecampsites.net, but of course it's a national forest, so I just kept driving, and there is camping up here. I have a pretty nice spot. And after walking around and determining that there isn't any room really here, well, a little room for a little tiny cabin, maybe, but I'm not seeing any remnants of an old cabin. And this looks fairly new, actually, probably. I think it's a hunting. I'm seeing signs of hunting. There's carcasses and fur scattered about. So I'm assuming maybe somebody built that for hunting, or maybe something else, maybe conservation. As a matter of fact, in Sturgis, I'm heading to Sturgis. I saw something about a history. There was a lot of Conservation Corps camps in that area. So yeah, actually it's possible. Sturgis isn't very far away, so maybe this was one of the areas that they came and worked and they built an outhouse. It's a 2-seater. But yeah. Yeah, it looks fairly well put together for anything that I have seen from the olden days, like the real olden days, like something that would have had been outside of somebody's homestead or home. So anyway, see there's a rib cage and some fur down there. She keeps heading down there. Look at these views. Black Hills National Forest. But anyway, I'm heading to Devil's Tower today. I wasn't going to go, but I've seen it before on one of my road trips, I think. Although I don't know that I ever actually visited it. So we'll go visit it. And then I'm going to go to Sturgis. Hadn't planned on either one of those, but I want to go to Sturgis. I want to get a Sturgis t-shirt. I know, silly. You see the bears? You growling at the bear? Come on. It's fake, little girl. It's just a statue. Hey. You see it? Devil's Tower. We're getting there. A lot of great history here. So I didn't know that it's kind of a mystery as to even how it was created. They don't know whether it's lava rock. They do know that it was pushed up from underneath the earth. So kind of interesting. A lot to learn here. Look forward to getting closer. Coming in handy. My annual park pass saved me 25 bucks. It's already paid for itself and then some. They have a trailer parking area. So if you come here and you're towing a trailer, you can just park it and drive around in your vehicle. Except you should look where you're going before you pull out in front of people. Check out the campground just to show it to you guys, and who knows, maybe I'll stay. I doubt it, but maybe. It's the Tuesday after Memorial Day. Dumpsters and recycling even. Campground registration. Oh my gosh, there's nobody here. Devil's Tower National Monument. Camping regulations, camping fees. Individual sites are $20 a night. Not bad. $25 to get into the park if you don't have an annual pass, and $20 to camp. Wow, look at that site right there. What? Oh, that's beautiful. I might stay. Nah, I don't know. This is pretty. This is very pretty. Wow. I'll drive around the park and then decide. And nothing looks reserved. Wow. I think this is too crowded. I don't even think I'm gonna be able to find a place to park. I don't know. Is it worth walking up to stand at the base with a whole bunch of other people? Sorry. Well, I found a parking spot, so I figured I would go ahead and park and walk up to the base of the tower. And I saw so many dogs as I was driving through in the parking lot that I was like, oh wow, they're allowing dogs on this trail, even though dogs aren't usually allowed in national parks. Trails, I thought, national monument, I don't know, maybe they're making an exception, but nope, I got up there. Here we go. I got up there and no dogs are allowed. So now I'm trying to decide if I just want to drop her off in the rig and go do it. But it's so crowded. I don't know if it's worth it to have to be at the base. I'm not sure what to do. I don't know. I don't think I need to go up. Sadie girl. This is good socializing for her. Come on, Sadie girl. She's doing good. Yeah. It's only 79 degrees in here. It's not bad at all. Huh. You live in worse than that when it's summer. You know, it's funny how I used to be like so conscious, maybe a little self-conscious of my aloneness as I traveled. Probably before my RV life, when I did like international travel and stuff like that. Maybe even a little bit of my RV life, but especially going to places like this when it's always families and couples. I used to be really like so aware that I was alone and that everybody noticed I was alone. And I was just thinking about that, how it doesn't even faze me anymore. It's kind of cool. True independence and freedom when you're not afraid to do things alone. But now talking to myself, talking to the camera while I'm walking, that's another thing. Yeah, I still have to practice that a lot.
I think we can.
So Devil's Tower got its name in 1875 on an expedition by Colonel Dodge. His interpreter misinterpreted a native word for bad God's tower. And so now there's some controversy over Devil's 'S versus Devil's Tower. But I think it was 2005, the local tribes, Indian tribes, tried to get the name changed. They think that it desecrates their spiritual place, it desecrates what this means to the Native Americans, and they wanted to get the name changed. Many Native tribes call it Bear's Tower or Bears, other things that related to bears. But so far, the local people are saying that it would hurt tourism, which is a huge draw for Wyoming and South Dakota, even though it's in Wyoming. It's a huge draw. People are afraid it would hurt tourism, and they think it's not that big of a deal that it was misnamed based on Native American spirituality and lore.
Oh, go ahead.
I didn't want to butt in. So this was really important to Native culture and Native lore. There are a lot of different stories that go throughout Native lore from all the different tribes. My favorite is, and all of those stories about how this tower came to be. Of course, can you imagine being a Native and wandering through this flat terrain and all of a sudden stumbling upon this? There's several stories, but one of my favorites is that a group of girls went out to play and they were seen by a bunch of bears, and so they started running. They wanted to run away from the bears. They were scared to death the bears were going to eat them, and they stumbled upon a hill, and they went on that hill and they prayed to the gods, please save us from these bears, please save us. On their knees, pleading, praying to the Great Spirit of the land, they said, please save us. And the Great Spirit listened. The Great Spirit responded by lifting them up through the ground in this stone so high that the bears couldn't reach them, and saving their lives. And what they say in ancient lore is that all of the ribbings, all of the markings on the side of the rock are from the bear clawings, the bears trying to get up to eat the girls. And the story goes that the tower rose them so high, the Great Spirit wanted to protect them so much from the bears, they rose them so high that the girls turned into the stars of the Pleiades, Plaides. So I like that story. It's a better story than lava rock just gushing up through the earth, right? And there's like 5 or 6 different stories, and I encourage you, if you're interested, to check out Native American culture in this area, and you'll read all the other stories. Some are groups of boys that went out. All of them involve a bear, though. And that's why, according to Native culture, they call it the Bear's Lair, or the Bear's Home, or the Bear's Teepee, not Devil's Tower. And again, the translation, I guess, was bad God, which I don't understand. I think the translation got mixed up. And that's how they translated whatever the natives told the explorers this was called. The translator said, it means bad God. And so I guess a bad God, according to the explorers, was a devil, and it became Devil's Tower. Doesn't look very evil to me, though, does it? And it saved the girls and turned them into stars. If I'm gonna go, that's how I want to go. I want to be a star. A star in the sky. So of the 470,000, I can't remember how many visitors there are here every year, about 1% try to climb it. And it's closed, though, in the month of June. It is a sacred month and that's really kind of nice. It's a sacred month for the local Native Americans. And so they ask, it's voluntarily. They ask you to not climb during that month to respect the Native tradition and sanctity, I guess, of the Bear's Lair, and not climb. And even the signs here say, please don't come to climb on the rocks, in honor of the sacred month of June for the natives. And I'm seeing people climb on the rocks anyway. Halfway point. Woohoo! That's where I came in. You see the flag down there? That's the entrance. This is the base of it. Sheesh. Oh, look up there. You're walking. Devil's Tower is the first United States national monument established by Theodore Roosevelt in 1906. Yeah. See how the nature, trees, flowers, grass, grows in silence. See the stars, the moon, the sun, how they move in silence. Mother Teresa. getting it from every angle. I just heard a kid ask his dad, a teenage boy, if the Bible weren't the Bible, would you let me read it? I wanted to run up and give that kid a pat on the back. That's a really good question. If it weren't the Bible, and he went on to say, because it has, and I didn't hear because they were walking by me. Smart kid. If the Bible were just another book, would you let me read it? Impressive young man. What do you guys think of that broken tree? It's hard to kind of relax and enjoy the walk knowing that Sadie's in the rig by herself. It's not that hot out. It's, I don't know, maybe 70. Nice cool breeze. But still, you know, she does seem to be getting a little bit of separation anxiety. She crawls way up in the front next to the window. Although she does that when I drive. But I think she does it when she's uncomfortable. Well, I was wrong. It's rounded rather than flat. Wood rats, mice, ants, and an occasional snake up at the top. It's grassy. Oh, is this the top? That's a picture of the top. Look at that. And I've walked all the way around. I'll have to see how far it was. A mile, I'd say. Beautiful. So another thing too, you know, if you are traveling solo, every time I do something like this, I end up chatting with people. Just striking up conversations. Hey, look at that tree over there. Hey, I heard you say you're from California. So yeah, you eavesdrop a little bit. People don't mind. So I think I've got my peopling in. So I think I'm not going to stay at the campground. I will head towards Sturgis. See what I can find. All in all, I'm glad I did it. Almost back to my Sadie girl. And it was nice to get out and walk, get my heart rate up a little bit. There's some hills, people a little bit. Beautiful. Fun learning about the culture and the history. Sorry, there's wind, so I'll stop. Here she is. Were you sitting there the whole time waiting for me? Okay, I can't make a big deal out of coming home because that just encourages you, they say, to have separation anxiety. Okay, come on, let's go. Wanna go? Crossed that invisible line of humidity from the desert to, hello, my steering wheel is sticky, my clothes are sticking to me. I think so. Gonna be like this all summer. Luckily it's not that hot. Hullet, Wyoming. Maybe I'll find somebody in Sturgis to show me how to drive a motorcycle. I don't know if I told you guys. I was thinking, like, you know, to keep life interesting, I need adventure and fun, and I'm like, what haven't I done? You know what I mean? There's a lot of traveling I haven't done, but what haven't I done that I can do and not leave Sadie behind? Of course, there's South America. Oh yeah, South America. Anyway, I don't know how to drive a motorcycle. It's really, I've been on the backs of lots and lots of motorcycles, but I've never learned how to drive a motorcycle.